regarding the pokies. I spend a lot of time with them, so I'd be really good for those.
Come on, give it to her.
Do you know all their names?
Yes.
Yeah, recite their names while you're sitting there.
Okay. Okay. We have Dwyer.
No!
Tumbler.
Who did that?
Tumbler. Sid, my favorite. Washer. Wrinkle. Wrinkle. Lint. Addie. Who am I forgetting? And Pinner. His name's Spinner, but I call him Pinner.
Spinner? Why can't we have Dwyer?
Dwyer's he likes the name Dwyer. Dryer is such an odd name to call.
You really have a problem with the word.
I do have a problem with
Isn't that terrible? You got a left finger problem?
I don't know, it's just like dryer. It's awkward.
Dwyer?
Dwyer. That's cuter. My pitch sound is low. Megan, what were your main training tasks today and where did you go? Okay. My main training tasks are the pokies, and I went to CVS, I went to TJ Maxx, I went to the the Doubletree Hotel, I went to the hospital on 62 a lot, I went to Special Thoughts because on Route 1 because they're closing and the lady in there really likes to see the dogs.
Oh,
they're going out of it. They lost their lease, so she asked me to bring in as many puppies as I can until March. So I bring one in every day. Same lady. She's always stocking the cards.
Are they got special sales going on there?
Right now they're at 10% off, so it's not that great. We'll wait for a little while. I went to Big Lots. I went a lot back and forth to the to the hospital. That was a big one for me today.
And you had all babies?
All babies.
You didn't take any big dogs out?
No big dogs for me today. Steve did all the big dogs today. Goes the volume line up. Spinner, sound is on. Can't hear Megan. How's Wrinkle doing? It's really Sydney, your favorite. Wrinkle, can you hear me? Can they hear me? Hello? Wrinkle is doing well. She likes to walk like she's glued to my knee, so she trips me up a lot. Eventually I do a lot of walking where I bring my knee up really high, so I look funny, but it works with the dog. So she's doing well. She's very vocal in the car and out in vest. She likes to make a lot of weird sounds. Sydney's my favorite because he's just so cute. He has this, he reminds me a lot of Barnacle, who is Noelle's brother. He has that big, thick, white stripe up his face. Just really sweet. At the beginning he was my best one, but now he's my worst, but I still like him a lot, so eventually he'll get back there. What's the most famous, how is famous escape artist? Like I said, Wrinkle's doing well. She hasn't been escaping down in the barn, so I think we found a good kennel for her. So, or she's now in the nut house. They're coming in too quickly. I can't keep up with it. How cold is too cold for the puppies to be out? It's really not that bad. I mean, the wind is pretty brutal, so the car is warm. It's really the walk from the nut house to the truck, and they're wagging their tails. They're happy. They're bouncy. They hop right in the truck. We go out. They fall asleep in the back. They don't complain about it. It's that we do a very fast walk from the truck to in the building where we're going. Sometimes I'll wait and snap the vest when we get in there because the wind is, a lot of them get really afraid when the wind picks up. Big gusts of wind really freak them out right now, but it's not too cold. Do you take all the puppies at the same time? Do you place CVS? I don't go into CVS with more than one dog. I'll take two with me because I can only do quick 5-minute trips with these guys for their attention span. So I'll go in with one, 5 minutes, work it, go back out, put it in the car, get the other one, come back in. It's funny because
you need that.
Thank you. Yes, the workers in the store always go, "Is that a different dog? Didn't you just have a black dog and now you have a spotted dog?" So they catch on. have you ever had a dog that you were training become protective and growl or bark at somebody while you were out? How do you handle that? I haven't had a dog. I've had a dog growl and bark at other, like, scary things. Like, I've had a dog growl at a mirror when they see themselves in the reflection. They barked at it and startles them. I just give them no, and I give them a little tiny pat on the nose. I've never had them become protective of me. That's never happened, but I do it the same way. I'd correct the behavior and pop them on the nose. How often do you...
But Great Danes are very vocal anyway. They'll talk to you. And when people think they're growling, sometimes they're just saying, "What is going on? Please explain it."
Is my health better? Yes, yes, my health is better. Thank you for asking. That sucked. Sydney, why is Sydney the worst? Sydney, he does that same thing that Wrinkle does. He's just so glued to my leg. He trips me up constantly. You give him the tug on the leash and he has no idea what that is. All the other ones, like a little jerk on the chain, and they all stop and look at you like, "Oh, I'm sorry." But with Sid, it's like, "I don't even feel it. Let's go." And he just he's like a bull. Like, he just wants to run through the hospital. The best right now, because it changes every day, today was Lint. He has a really nice pace on leash and off leash. Steve even mentioned it today. He trots very nicely off leash, like right next to your leg. He's really cute. You might have saw him on the camera. We had him down in the barn while you're feeding. Yes, I know how Simon and Morgan are. I'm in contact with their people quite often. Simon lives down the street from me. He's doing good. He still has that chronic limp that he gets every now and then, but she just has learned to ignore it. She has another Great Dane, a fawn Dane, that they thought was big until I brought Simon to their house. I remember I pulled up in the truck and they had their Dane outside, and it was probably a little bigger than Noelle, so it's a male. It was about that nice stocky thing, but it was a fawn. And I said, "Oh, that's your Dane?" And they said, "Yeah." And I was like, "He's small." And they go, "What?" And I pull Simon out. Simon just towered over this, and they were like, "Whoa, he's really big." I'm like, "Yeah." So Simon's doing great. Morgan is a spoiled dog. I think they call him Thor now, to be honest. He is just, this girl is head over heels in love with him. She stays home from work some days to just lay in bed and tell him that she loves him all day. So, I mean, he is, they both are definitely,
Whoa.
they're definitely in the right home, so they're good. Let's see, at CVS, do they pick up on medication type smells? At CVS, normally they're just trying to grab stuff off the shelves. They're not, I don't think they're really sniffing a lot. Sorry. They're definitely not sniffy, like, "Oh, there's some pills over there." It's really just, there's something, I want to grab it. And so we work a lot on the leave it. Let's see.
Don't let the other dogs hear that bit about Morgan. They'll all be
I know.
feeling out.
I love Morgan. He was definitely, Morgan is definitely a special dog for me. Do we have a Leroy update? Yes, we do. Leroy is doing, what do they know about Leroy? That he was vomiting?
Yeah.
Have we told them? Okay. So he was throwing up, didn't feel well this morning. His whole loft was covered in vomit. Shannon did a great job. She cleaned it all up. We spoiled him. He was on the veranda all day with Shannon in the feed room. He seems perkier. Grace gave him a liter of fluids, so that perked him up. He really wants to eat food, so he's into that. He pooped today. Loose mouth.
He did apparently eat some food and throw it up and eat it again before anybody got to clean it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So apparently it is staying down.
Mm-hmm. So
Who knows?
Hopefully by tomorrow.
You're just never too sure whether there's a sock in there.
And he does have an appointment next Tuesday for his eyeballs. So because his this will be his third eye surgery. His glands are now so swollen that they're kind of blocking his vision, and Colleen noticed when she brought him home that he was walking into a lot of walls and knocking his head off of a lot of stuff, so she thinks that it was really affecting his eyesight. So hopefully if we remove the glands, he'll be fine. Is it hard for a dog to adjust to a name change? I don't think it's hard for a dog to adjust to a name change. I call the dog so many different names. I have a lot of names for my dogs, and I feel like they respond to all of them. I feel like you could be like, "Hey, dummy," and they'd be like, "Me," like, so I think it's all in the tone of your voice. I really don't. I don't think it's that hard. It's 5:02. I'm interrupting your mail call. Are Simon and Morgan PPs or FFs? Fabulous failures or
Perfect pet.
perfect pets? Isn't that the same thing? Are they housed elsewhere, well trained? They're both fabulous failures. They both had well, they walked funny. They had gait issues. Carlene didn't like. One of them was a pacer, and one had a chronic limp that would come and go, and we just couldn't. We didn't want to put him out as a service dog and have people put pressure on his shoulders. So, anything else?
You done?
That's it. I'm done.
You done? Goodbye, quick, get up,
Yay,
run!
run.
Bye. Bye, puppies. All right, guys. Have a good night. Enjoy your
You
mail
too.
call.